canoes that Polynesians have used to travel great distances across the open Pacific, from New Zealand to Hawaii, thousands of miles in open ocean. Once again, using the image of the kauri reflected in the spiraling movements of the Milky Way, seen as a tree, to guide them through these spaces. Kauri is used as well to make the vessels that hold fermented brew consumed during the festivals, to induce altered states that transport one into another realm of experience. In fact, the British used kauri to make beer vats, and they used it almost to the point of extinction. Kauri is used also to carve the symbols of history that provide the Maori community the chance to travel back in time through generations of their ancestors and even back to the mythical era of the creator gods themselves, Rangi and Papa. The rich experiences that carry the mind, the imagination, the heart, and the soul across cosmic space and across historical and mythical time are all accomplished in association with the cosmic tree. These experiences round out the human person and the human community. The sacred tree, its image, and its wood make it possible to become a person, a full person, a whole and healthy person, a creative person, as well as a community whose reach and significance matches the cosmos where human life is centered, with a wider and more meaningful perspective than one's isolated individual existence. One knows oneself to be part of a whole on account of the world tree, at home in the widest reaches or branches of the world, and able to make wiser, more informed decisions about oneself, one's family, one's meaning, and one's destiny. Sacred trees play this role when used to make musical instruments, whose enchanting sounds modulate the souls of listeners, transporting them into other realms of memory, emotion, whether they be oboes and flutes of the Baniwa in the northwest Amazon, or the ritual dance rattles of the Carib speakers of Venezuela. In any case, the tree wood continues its role of extending spiritual life beyond a limited and normal reach into realms that transcend the ordinary, even through the use of musical instruments that induce memory and ecstasy. Whether left rooted in a forest or cut and remodeled in the temple, which after all is always a microcosm, a small model of the world, the sacred tree furnishes the entire community the means to arrive at a condition of spiritual wholeness that is not achievable in any other way, by allowing the spiritual life to branch out into all and every possible imaginable dimension of reality. I'm writing this presentation in the high mountains of southern Patagonia, Argentina, and cedar trees are an important component of the forest here. Among the Ava Chiripa people of Argentina, native people, the great gods Nanderu Guazu and Tupa ride the winds astride what they call apiacas, which are cedar logs carved into stools in the shape of powerful animals. Similarly, the moment a Chiripa child is born, it is placed on an apiaca, cedar stool, to ensure that it can take its place as a creative agent in a world full of gods, spiritual winds, the exotic forces of nature, animals, stars, and so on. By being placed on the cedar stool, the child is said to, quote, take a seat among the gods and fantastic powers that shape the world. Later, during the naming ceremony, the mother deliberately weeps tears onto the child, tears being a female fluid, while resinous sap from the cedar tree, which is considered a male fluid, is sprinkled on the child as well. A union of male and female fluid elements to provoke a kind of rebirth in the child. The most striking example of a cosmic tree in the reports about the indigenous peoples of South America is found among the Maquiritare, who are a Carib-speaking people of Venezuela in the Orinoco River Delta. As reported by Marc de Sivrieux in his book Watuna, which is a collection of their mythologies, the tree is called Marawaka, from which we take the name maraca, the gourd that you can shake in a jazz band. It's a musical rattle, and it's used for percussion in rituals of trance and ecstasy for the Makiritere. Marawaka